So today I'm watching WATP with Karl Hamburger, Herburger, Heburger. And
Is his real name Hamburger?
I think it's Herburger. I was trying to be very diplomatic and very nice. And I had a great time with him, Adam Bush, his wife, Jenny Jingles, during the Content Hotel, right? They got there. Karl admittedly barely came out of his room because he was diligently looking at clips to pull up of Steel Toe. Okay. As if that's what this would be about. Their grave mistake is that he was embarrassed that they were the one live event. Sorry. And it probably hurt their feelings that this show, the one with me, Gino, Kumia, Chrissy, it was all people there just to have fun and fucking the stand-up show. Everybody did great. They even fucking said it on their show. And they were there. It was very packed in the room, but Karl is used to Patty Melty, Hackamania deal, like where he thinks that he's living in this world that he thinks that everybody gives a shit about Aaron Imholt, okay? And it just wasn't the event for that. So, I mean, for Christ's sake, Gino fell asleep during the event. I don't know if you saw this. But I went to support. Don't know if you saw this video. So here's their video. I'll let it play. I'll put it on mute. He was embarrassed that there weren't that many ticket sales for it, and Eugene fell asleep.
Is he sleeping sitting up?
Wouldn't that better move be like, I didn't even know there was a limit?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Like, I don't associate with the bottom feeders of the internet.
Yeah, instead he's just like.
So it's really not. It's not okay. Listen, I'm not gonna lie about it like they would do. Gino was exhausted, and I didn't think that it was like poor. I mean, there were people there. I think they were just like, why are we watching videos of a man in Minnesota? Like that's what it was. So then, and again, you could see them, and they're going to complain about the setup and blah, blah, blah. We didn't have long enough cords, and Gino is asleep. And, but I was there rallying with them, like, wait, this is fun. Like, it's fine. Like, I made some jokes. Yes, I shouted out from the audience. It's not a heckle. It made the show better, in my opinion. But it's just not the place to come and like do this like weird steel toe material. And I could tell Karl was getting flustered. But his biggest mistake was Karl goes, and I'm sure you guys know that you heard this. So Anthony Cumia he was supposed to be on their show. And that's, Karl just has a big erection for Anthony Cumia. My God. I mean, you would think. And Anthony, is actually a broadcaster. And
does Anthony know that?
Well, if he did know it, then I think that he would have ran out of there faster to go to a different event. But no, Karl is just he just loves Anthony, and who doesn't love Anthony? But Anthony could do both. He, killed on stage and fucking is a broadcaster. I think that little Karl looks up to him, and I think he was very disappointed after he sat in his room all day pulling up clips of Steel Toe and Stuttering John that Anthony wasn't going to be there. So Chrissy goes, how about I get Rich to come on the show? And then Rich goes, oh, I'll just have to see how I feel after I golf. And then, but that's just Rich Voss. Okay. He's a comedian. And then Karl goes, fuck you. We don't need you. Right. Because a group full of people, the only tickets you probably sold, Karl, for that event were people wanting to see Anthony. So you would think that he would go, all right, good. Let Rich come on. Maybe I'll veer off of my little clips about Steel Toe a little bit. But no. Then Rich, who was just making a joke, I don't think he had any intention of not coming in. He walks in, Mom. And Karl goes, and Rich Voss is a fucking great fucking comedian, a legend.
Mhm.
And he walks in, people are like, yay, yay, yay. Karl goes, fuck you. Don't you dare, Rich. Don't you dare. And then Rich sits down and he goes, maybe 5 minutes. And then Karl goes, all right, ladies and gentlemen, Rich Voss, everyone, like, get the fuck out. I must stay with my clips.
Oh my God.
So right after that, yeah, which is a major fucking misstep. Just get off of your clips for a second and you have Rich Voss here. Like, this could have saved your shitty show. It could have saved it. And I was trying to be nice on Monday, all right? But Karl was the one that said it was poorly attended. And I was trying to be nice, and it was. What I might have been the only one in the room who knew anything about Aaron. Everybody else is going, what are we talking about? Fuck, Chrissy didn't even know. And she does great because she's a comedian. And then she went away as well. And I'm not saying the show was not, they did what they do. But I think that the crowd was like, okay, what is this? After he shooed Rich Voss away, and people were falling asleep, much like Eugene, just completely.
He was very tired.
He was very tired, but he was dead asleep. So this is the basic audience member at his program, which he thought was going to be a hit. But he was like, I had to stand here because the cord wasn't long enough. And then he shooed Rich Voss away. And it was awkward. It was awkward. After that, Chrissy and I go outside to kvetch. Rich walks up to us and says, I've never in my life been, when I walk into a podcast, people don't go, oh, let's veer off what we were going to do. Sit down. Let's be funny. But Karl isn't a comedian. Karl wants to impress, like, people, I don't know, in his little boxes in the Dabbleverse. And that just wasn't what it was about.
I don't know anything about him. I've just been introduced to him recently, like when you were on with all those morons and he was kind of sitting back while they beat you up, but he was like, had a dumb look on his face.
Oh, you mean at this moment?
Bitch.
She might be retarded.
Are you retard?
She's too dumb to talk to you.
Are you retard? You dumb bitch.
She's dumb.
Wiki, jump off a cliff.
You are so wrong. I could
so
show
wrong.
the
You think
receipt.
incapable of
Show 'em.
taking
Whatever.
offense.
You're the dumbest cunt ever.
Oh
And
my
I
God.
won that, by the way. Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
Those
and-
are his friends. Yeah.
Yes, and he just sat there and didn't say word one in your defense or even be nice to you. He just had that dumb fucking smile on his face.
He's like, oh, I don't know what to say.
And you kept saying you like him and he's kind of a friend. He's no friend.
No. Right. And he hates that I won that entire thing.
Yeah.
It was 6 against 1 and I won. It was
He
me.
seems
Oh my God. Yeah.
He seems, just from what I hear or know or see, he seems very insecure.
Clearly insecure. Thank you, Michaeline.
Yeah,
Very
I mean,
insecure.
it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that.
So
Really.
that is exactly what the point I was going to get to. So I was trying to be nice. I said I had fun. I didn't fall asleep. It was fine. I was there for about half of it. I chimed in, blah, blah, blah. I was having a ball. Like, it's great. I'm here, whatever. So then I walk outside with Chrissy. Rich Voss walks up to us after he was shooed away. And he says, what the fuck was that? I can't believe I've never in my life been shooed away from a podcast. When I walk into a podcast, people veer off of their little clips and go, yeah, let's have fun. Like, what are you doing? And I said, he's not a comic. He is thinking that people know who this man from Minnesota is. He's like, and it brought the thought to my mind where it's like, if Rich Voss walks into Compound Media, do you think they're going to go, no, Rich, if Rich Voss walked into a Kumia show, do you think they go, no, Rich? If Rich Voss walked into a fucking Legion of Skanks show, they go, no. We have to talk about Aaron Imholt now and Stuttering John. Get out. No.
Sorry, we don't have time for you.
We don't have time for you. It would never fucking happen.
Right.
So, and it was an embarrassment. And
Mhm.
I'm not making it up. Like, he literally came up to us and was like, I've never been treated like this. So, of course, after the fact, I'm like, that was a failure.
So
I have to. So, yes, of course, they rag on Aaron so much. I have to call Aaron and tell him he shooed Rich Voss away. And it was embarrassing. And I wouldn't have just gone around and said that. I didn't say it to anybody, but all they do is cover Aaron. So I'm just laughing about it, like, I can't even believe what I just witnessed. And then I have the man telling me, I've never been treated like that. What the fuck is he doing? That's bizarre. So then I go and sit down. So then I go out to the bar, and Karl is sitting there with Adam Bush and whatever, some other twerp that tried to talk to me about steel toe. I'm like, you need to relax. Like, this is not you. It's going to be okay. And Karl's sitting there. He looks suicidal, Mom. Suicidal. Okay. This is an hour after Karl's little poorly sold podcast about Aaron and Stuttering John, where he literally shooed Rich Voss away. He
What's
looks
wrong
suicidal.
with him?
So I sit down next to him, and he almost had tears in his eyes, Mom. And before I could even get a word out, he said, I know you're going to go back to Kevin Brennan and tell him all about this. Kevin Brennan, which, well, now I am.
Of
Well,
course.
now Kevin will hear it. That was not, I was just going to say good show, buddy, but
This sort of record is the best time I've ever had in my life.
he, with tears in his eyes, Mom, I just sat down. I'm like, I was about to say, good show, man. Like, no. And he went, I know what you're going to do. You're going to go tell Kevin Brennan about all of this. And it was a disgrace and it was poorly sold and nobody was there. And I went, bro, I had a ball. Like, I'm not going to go tell Kevin.
You're not that person. They're what the fuck?
And he was literally.
But do I understand this correctly that he is saying mean shit about you now?
Oh, now he's just saying mean shit about the content house,
No.
how hotel, how, oh God, Adam Bush couldn't get there easily enough. And
I feel like I heard that.
Yes. And how Mersh was right. And here's the good things and the bad things. And but he couldn't say, but then they had to come and watch our show and he couldn't fucking say because it would be a lie that any of us did poorly on stage. You did poorly on stage, Karl. And then Adam Bush had some choice words to say. Adam, this man.
He's that
This
little
guy
skinny
wears-
face.
Sing a night, bitch.
Good night, bitch.
Who's Adam Bush? That good-looking man?
From Buffy. Well, I was excited.
I never watched that show.
Me neither. But
he looks like a skinny-faced man.
well, that's
now.
him in his yesteryear.
Oh yeah, he looks pointy-faced and maybe not in a good way.
Right. So he's a little older now, but I had a nice time with Karl, with his wife, with Adam Bush. Then today they have to cope, and it was like Adam's favorite things about and least favorite things about the content hotel. This is what they have to do. They have to shit on it and also kind of say nice things. It was like Adam said something about I had really nice conversation with Adam, and it was ridiculous of what he said. Like Keanu's schizophrenic homeless woman. But then after 5 minutes, and then she said in 5 minutes, like some really poignant things. And I was excited to stream with her. And yes, it was like 4 a.m. and they were trying to cool off the computer and we never got to it. But I'd say the same thing here. So that I mean, I thought that was kind of funny. But then when they lie and say, well, then Keanu and Gino, if you bring up Mersh, can't even remember what he said. No, if you bring up Melton, they spit on the ground.
Garrett and Steve even just said,
fuck them. We didn't bring them up at all. Him up at all. Not at all.
He's just another liar.
I know. Look at him.
Liar.
And he shot the only lesbian in Buffy.
Say goodnight, bitch. Good night, bitch.
Good night, bitch.
But if you hang out with them in real life and try and be nice, and they're comfortable in their boxes, but they can't make eye contact. They all have some form of autism.
That's what I said.
Somehow they didn't turn out trans. It's a shame.
I was nothing but fucking nice to them. I was nothing but
always, Keanu. You're always gracious. Always.
Right. And I knew that they were going to bring me up a bunch. And I'm going like, well, that's just a bold-faced lie that me and Gino spit on the ground. And when he asked me, like, I do remember this because we had a conversation about it. And I said, this is what I said, what's your problem with Patrick Melton? I said, he says violent things about me. His fans say violent things to me. I realize, and I know I said this to him. I'm like, I realize that I used to have an OnlyFans. I've had jokes about it for fucking years. I didn't say, well, he told people to Google my nudes. I realized that assholes fucking leak them on the internet. I didn't expect Adam Bush to just bold-faced lie about us. For the benefit of Karl, who was embarrassed by his shitty show, you're going to tell Kevin Brennan about this, aren't you?
They're going to tell you made that up.
Yeah, I didn't make it up. Haven't I been saying it? It was insane. It was insane. Before I even said a word, you're going to tell Kevin Brennan about this, aren't you? I said, he's like, yeah, you're going to read I gave Karl a hug before he left the last night. And
Incredible.
I said, I promise I'll never read your text again. He said, you're going to tell Kevin Brennan and I know you'll read my text to him. So I'll never text you again. Karl, hamburger. Okay. You're dismissed. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Enough.
Right.
Yeah. It's
I'll
enough.
Never text you again. Okay. Who cares? And all these people, they act like they're harming you by mentioning your nudes. They act like they're like shaking you up or doing something. And you know what? Fuck all of you all. Okay.
Right. First of all, you're welcome that assholes leaked them for free. Okay.
Right.
You're welcome.
What the fuck? Okay. Grow the fuck up. All of you.
Grow up. No, they're like, they just can't get to me. And it's bizarre. And I just go like, where the fuck did that come from?
They're just trying to like shame you or something. And you're
right.
You're not
I
ashamed.
expect more from you. Right. Adam, I thought you were.
You shouldn't be. And you shouldn't be. You know what? Women can do whatever the fuck they want. We don't need you to approve it. All of you, women and men alike, we don't need your approval. She doesn't need your approval.
No, it was a gross, bizarre, like exaggeration. No one brought up Patrick Melton. Literally, like it just didn't happen. When he asked me why we were fans of his, we had this conversation, and I said, he says violent things about me. His fans say violent things about me. They say all the time, you know, I get messages about fucking Jason Scoop was right, you stupid whore.
Oh
I never once said,
unbelievable.
I never once got mad about him being like, oh, he told everybody to Google your nudes. I know they're out there. And then I have a fucking joke about it. Like, shut up. Stupid. But he has to impress Karl, who is the arbiter of live podcasts where people fall asleep, you know. It's just what happened. I mean, I was trying to be nice earlier. Oh, I know you're gonna tell Kevin about this. Gino is the most fucking, I'm sorry. He's the most awake, alive human being on earth. And you couldn't even captivate him, Karl. We're sorry. So
Funny.
fuck off.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah.
Fuck
You had a
off.
great time. You got paid. We all did. They took care of us. We got paid very well. We're sorry that your little podcast about Aaron didn't go the way you wanted. And I will be telling Kevin Brennan about it now. So
He might already know.
I'm sure he knows. I'll go right on there.
This sort of record this is the best time I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, he might be on
Oh.
tonight.
That's the thing about Kevin, Karl. He is really, really butthurt about Kevin Brennan. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But again, like I said before, I don't try and be friends with everybody, but I try and see where people are coming from.
You do.
And then when you fuck with me enough after I've been nothing but fucking nice. Kevin is always Kevin. I've known Kevin 10 fucking years. Karl, there's no amount of you fucking trying to convince me that he's not a good guy because he says you have club feet and that your wife is your mom. I'm sorry. What do you want from me? I looked at your feet. They don't seem like they're clubs. So like
maybe he meant webbed feet.
okay. Yes, Karl has webbed feet. Absolutely.
There you go.
So
he must have misunderstood or misrepresented it. It's webbed feet.
it was webbed feet. Oh, well, see, and you know what?
So he can
hide
swim.
those shoes.
Yeah,
Perfect.
webbed feet. You can really swim really well.
So if Karl has webbed feet, actually, then he should have come to the pool instead of sitting and doing steel toe clips in his hotel
Yeah,
room.
right. I mean, webbed feet. You would have been the star there at the pool.
He would have been the fastest swimmer.
He would have, without even his arms. All he had to do was kick his webs.
He just like kick his little feet and then like, oh my God, look at him. It's like the Disney Channel original movie.
Karl,
The
go.
13th year.
Go, Karl, go.
Oh.
Go, Karl, go.
You would have had a webbed feet competition. They would have had a race. You would have won. And then you could say you were,
and then you would be
proud of something.
happy. Gosh, you won something. That would have been great.
Web toe Karl. Web toe Karl. Web toe Karl. Let's go web toe Karl. So that is succinctly what I was trying to say. You offended Rich Voss, which he's not actually offended. He doesn't give a fuck about you, obviously. Was trying to do you a favor. He told us that. Then you looked suicidal, tears in your eyes at the bar. I was just going to come up to you and say nice things. And you said, you're going to tell Kevin Brennan about this, aren't you? And then you decided to shit on the content hotel. And we're sorry that it's just not, maybe it's just not for you. It's just not for you, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it looked pretty fun to me. It looked like you guys were having a great time. It looked like you were treated well and everything was really fun. And I don't know, the whole thing looked excellent.